Okay, so just make sure that you have your audio checked off, and then we'll do a little test run here. Hold on one second. Give me a second, I gotta pull it up. And then I gotta post it. Come here, girlfriend. Go back to sleep on the couch. Go ahead and start talking for me. Girlfriend, go back to sleep on the couch. Go ahead and start talking for me. Girlfriend, go back to sleep on the couch. Go ahead and start talking for me. No, it didn't come through. It does give you an option, right, to check off. Okay. While you do that, I'm going to start the starting lineups here in a minute, but I'm going to share this out real quick. I wonder if we could do it through the Discord. Hold on. Oh, we lost a driver. Ghost. Do me a favor. Go into the. I have an idea. We'll try it. Go into the MEA Discord broadcast area, and I'm gonna see if that'll go through the Twitch streaming app, and then if that works, we could do that. Yep. All right. So bear with us. Oh, let me see. No, nothing came through. Go ahead to the Discord app real quick. We'll try it there. I just bear with us, everyone. We'll get this going here momentarily. And transfer to Xbox. Can you hear me okay? See if that worked or not. Test 1 2. Huh. Didn't work. All right. Well, I'll go back into the party. I'll re-invite you, and hopefully it'll work. If not, I guess we'll have to try to figure it out for another time. All right, close. Well, we're trying to get Tsunami in here because he was going to co-commentate with me here today, but right now we're having a problem getting in. So we're gonna, first and foremost, welcome ladies and gentlemen, to the MEA RSR Cup. I'm SSR Mayhem, and if we can get Tsunami linked up here soon, we'll be able to have Tsunami on board. He's just trying to figure out how he can include his audio from his app right now, as he is overseas in Poland, stationed there, and we're glad to have him with us. So hopefully he can get that figured out, and we can hear his voice as well into today's events. We are running a little bit behind, but that is typical for week 1 here at MEA, as we prepare the drivers for everything prior to race time. So we're gonna go and get the starting lineups set up for today's race. So let me get this all brought up, and we will begin the race. So just start with me. We have ESV Barcode on the front row with RZM Sean. So ESV Barcode was the fastest time of the race. RZM Sean and Barcode in the previous series were pretty much up front all series long in the GT Championship, but due to a week 1 miss by Barcode, it pretty much ruined his chances for a championship run. So we'll see what these two do in battle here in the RSR Cup. In the third row, it's Raxa Pudum and Adler Girl IG, first-time drivers here Pudum's a first-time driver. It's good to see Adler Girl back. Then it's ESV Bobberts and AMS Delete in the third row. In the next row, it's Remix and I believe Diamond Man, and it is Diamond Man. Where is Diamond Man? There he is. And following Diamond Man is Trans Autumn in her first appearance, who would have started on the front row. Just trying to make sure that this is right. Oh, I'm sorry. Hurricane is actually the 7th place car. We skipped over him. Sorry, I'm trying to manage 2 things here. So yes, so it's Hurricane, then Remix, then Diamond, then Trans Autumn. So she starts 10th in the running here today. SMX Savitar will be in the 11th spot, followed by TNR Horizon. And then behind Horizon is SSR Red Eagle making his debut as well. Behind him is FSM Gray, followed by JJ Reds with JRFE Blade. Then Riddle U is going to miss, so Ronaldo will start in the 17th spot with VNT Rosenquist behind Ghost. And that is your starting line for tonight's race. Let's tune in here real quick to see if our guy Tsunami figured anything out. Tsunami, were you able to get it figured out? And I don't hear. All right. So we're going to get going for the race. Hopefully Tsunami will be able to join us here momentarily. But let's get things started, as we got 28 laps of racing action here at Nurburgring GP. It's going to be a wet, damp race as it progresses. And the one thing that we're going to have to see is the transition from dry to wet. The drivers had no idea what conditions exactly they were going to be racing into today's race, but what they do know is that they were going to run in the rain, and they set their cars up the best they could for a long haul here at Nurburgring. Now, the restart rule is pretty simple. Under the pace lap, if a driver lags out, we will do up to 3 restarts. Once the 4th try has commenced, there will be no more restarts from there on out. So once Barcode and Sean hit that start line, they will be green till the end. And Barcode making round number 1 as he missed it the last time around. Gonna go for a possible another championship, as earlier in the year he won the prototype class in the Manufacturers Challenge. And who did he beat? Well, none other than RZM Sean, who finished second in the standings. And Tsunami, who is with us, was also in that series, still working on a couple of things right now to try to get himself included into today's stream. Feel free to stop me at any point, Tsunami, once you want to try something. And I think it's interesting because AMS Design actually does it through his app himself. So I wonder if Design might have an answer for him, but I don't know if Design's watching. So Design, if you're listening in to today's race, reach out to your pal because he's trying to get this to work. All right, so we're getting to the beginning of this one here. The only issue with that is it wasn't coming through loud enough through my end. I don't think it would have been able to be heard over top of the actual game sound. That's my only concern with that right now. Reach out to Design. He actually uses his app when he does interviews, so he might have that answer for you. Oh, there's definitely a way. I'm sure it's just a specific setting, but while I know you guys and girls that are watching are probably wondering who am I talking to. That is AMS Tsunami in the background trying to get things working here, but we're doubling up and we're getting ready to go here now. As the drivers going 2 by 2 by 2 at the start line. Everyone's trying to catch up now because they really came off the back of that corner wrong. But here we go! It's Barcode, it's Sean! Adler Girl right behind them, and the rookie, Raxa Pudim. We are green flag here at Nurburgring. And everybody made it, so we're good. We're green, we're green. And Barcode gets the early lead over RZM Sean 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Raxa Pudim and Adler Girl who remain 3rd and 4th, just how they qualified. Bobbert should be in the 5th place spot. He is. The lead currently doing battle with Remix right now for that 6th and 7th spot as they go side by side. Let's check the map here and see which stragglers, and we did. We had an accident in the back of the pack. That's VNT Rosenquist, Ronaldo Pina, and both of the SMX drivers. Meanwhile, everyone else is doing pretty good so far. Let's hop on board with Trans Autumn. She's currently running in the 10th spot where she qualified, first timer here at MEA, looking to make a good showing here, but a lot of the questions will remain for these drivers, and all side by side right there. I believe that was TNR Horizon that they got side by side with. And Remix having some problems in front as well. Remix has dropped back to the 8th spot, doing battle right now with Diamond Man 2014. Trans Autumn to the inside here. Not able to make the move. Autumn trying to find a way around Diamond Man, make that first pass happen here, as they're completing lap number 1 with ESV Barcode, the race leader. TNR Horizon actually behind, so I do apologize. That was the Hurricane car that we were looking at earlier when I had said Horizon's name. But as we got closer to the start of this race this week, the one thing that I was taking a big gander on was the paint schemes of every driver and trying to be on board with who was who. As we got near to this race, as we pull up the race map again, you see some of the drivers in, and there is a driver in pit road right now. I'm not 100% sure who that is. It might be Ronaldo. It's not Ronaldo. It's actually Savitar. So Savitar with the early pit. Some frustration early on here. And Ronaldo getting loose right off of turn 1. So third place driver Putin right now trying to track down RZM Sean, a rookie here, first timer in MEA, trying to do some battling here with what's been a regular every season of RZM Sean. Barcode starting to distance himself from the field. Bobbert still trails behind Adlergirl. AMS Delete currently 6th, 7th. Hurricane 8th. Remix 9th. Diamond 2014th. Autumn sits in the 10th spot. Horizon 11th. 12th. Red Eagle 13th. JJ Reds 14th. Gray 15th. Blade 16th. Pina. Brosiquist sits in the 17th spot. Ghost and Savitar round out the 19 car field right now as we hop on board with Hurricane. And all alone right now is Hurricane. I think Bobberts is starting to get closer in on Adlergirl, but Delete's really on the move as well. They're not really distancing themselves too far from one another. The top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars right there, 2 through 6, pretty close with one another right now. Talked about Adlergirl being back in action this season and running in the GT series for part of it, but definitely look forward to this series as she loves the RSR. It's a car that she tends to drive quite a bit in the GT hoppers and a car that she absolutely loves. So a good series for her to be involved with and show her strengths in this particular machine. Let's go back to Diamond in 2014, who's still trying to do some battle here with Remix right now. They're getting away from Autumn, who's currently running in the 10th place spot. Not making many moves so far, but the rain hasn't come down yet. That's going to be a major difference in this race. We've seen it in the past in other series as the rain. As some of these drivers are better in the rain than other drivers, but how did they set up their cars for the long haul? That's the real question. Right now, it's dry, it's nice, not too many things to worry about. Once we see some rain, we're going to definitely see some changes. Let's hop back with JJ Reds in the 13th spot, 12th, 13th, and 14th doing battle from the pack right now. That's FSM Gray at the rear of it, JJ Reds right in the middle, and Red Eagle for the first time here at MEA leading the charge of these 3 cars as they head into the final chicane. But Red Eagle starting to put some distance on these 2 right now. JJ Reds putting every bit of defense on Gray. We've seen Gray earlier this season. Gray looks to the inside, nothing there. Can't make the move. A good exit by JJ. Got a nice little run there to kind of close that gap on Red Eagle. But just not able to close the gap enough, and these 3 still within range of one another. The rest of the field, I feel bad for Savitar. I don't know what happened to Savitar in the beginning of the race. I'd love to be able to answer that question for everyone, but definitely heartbreaking to start round number 1. And I don't think that that car can make it till the end. So right now, Delete is starting to lose ground on Bobberts. Hurricane's starting to close in the gap on Delete there for the 6th and 7th spot. The calm before the storm, they call it. As we hop on board with AMS Delete. So far it's Barcode, Sean, Pudim, Adlergirl, your top 4, followed by Bobberts, Delete, Hurricane, and Remix, 5th through 8th. And rounding out the top 10 is Diamond Man 2014 and Autumn. And Bobbert's starting to put the pressure on Adler Girl for the 4th spot right now. Adler Girl still hanging strong, but just like a couple of the other drivers in the field, they're starting to lose the 2nd and 3rd place cars of Sean and Pudim right now. As we pull up the race map, you can see that Barcode still leads this one. Got a little bit of distance on everybody else, but that can change in a matter of minutes. As the sky starts to darken, the rain clouds will start pulling in. Robert's trying to work Adler here. Delete starting to get pressure from Hurricane. A lot of really nice paints out there today. I saw quite a bit of them up to the start of today's race. Really good to see. As Roberts will still trail behind her. Let's see if we can find a battle in the field. Hurricane still not in striking distance. TNR Horizon in front of Eagle. Eagle's actually moving up through the field, ladies and gentlemen. He's making some gains here, really putting something together right now. As he got away from JJ Reds, who's still battling with FSM Gray for 13th and 14th. Red Eagle starting to close that gap on TNR Horizon. And Horizon and Eagle, they're both rookies. I don't believe either one of them ever competed inside MEA. Typically when a new series comes out, we don't have specific rookies for the series because in that case, almost everybody's a rookie for a new series. But these individuals, first time here in MEA, first time making an appearance, and it's going to be fun to see how some of these new drivers take on the field as Red Eagle closes in the gap on TNR Horizon. As they come out of the chicane, it gets right at the rear bumper of Horizon. Horizon stays right in front of Red Eagle as they go into the final corner. Red Eagle showing that he can outbrake right now with some of these drivers. Let's see what he does as they go into turn 1. Looks like he's got a better run off of the final corner here. Going side by side down the front straightaway now. He's going to try to go to the inside and take over the position. Red Eagle getting a little bit locked up right there, goes to the inside. Horizon tries to do the crossover, spins the tires, and Red Eagle will take over the 11th place spot. So Red Eagle on the move, and now he has to track down. And in front of him, Autumn, who's currently by herself, sitting in the 10th place spot, and losing ground to Diamond Man and Remix. And Diamond's lost a little ground on Remix, but look at this. Hurricane now is putting the pressure on AMS Delete. And we just lost, I believe we just lost Tsunami, so we'll see what's going on with Tsunami, but as we sit on this battle here for 6th and 7th, I do apologize. And the rain's coming down now, ladies and gentlemen. And a thunderstorm brewing in the area here at Nurburgring. And these drivers are going to see exactly the difference of track. Now, we're going to find out who's better in the rain, who struggles in the rain. Did they set their tunes up? Did they set their car up for success in wet conditions? Some drivers will just put that tune together and say, hey, this is what I got, we're going to go. But right now, the rain has come down, and we're going to see how effective, as Hurricane overshot just a little bit in the chicane. And it's pouring now on the racetrack. Absolutely pouring as Hurricane's starting to lose ground on Delete. Adler Girl actually is pulled a little bit away from Bobbers. Udom and Sean still battling for 2nd and 3rd, haven't really distanced themselves too far away from one another. And we're going to find out what happens, and unfortunately, and I see Tsunami actually in the stream chat, unfortunately not able to join us, but if for some reason, Tsunami, you're able to get that up and running, just let me know and we'll get you in here in the booth. And really unfortunate because Tsunami was going to be my co-commentator here today, and well, technology got in the way. But we'll try to fix that for the future. Maybe we'll get Tsunami in here next time, and maybe we'll get him here still today. But let's check the field now. And yeah, so here, let's see here. So JJ got passed by Gray, and JJ's losing ground. Looks like Putum's losing ground now to Sean. He's currently running in the 3rd place spot right now. Was not far off of Sean. And Adler Girl still remains in front of Bobberts, and she's, you know, Bobberts is actually a very good rain racer. He tends to love these conditions. Oh, but we got somebody in the wall. That's Putum. Putum's into the chicane wall, and he's gonna have to go to the pits. And he's got damage on the car, I think. No damage. He's good to go, so just got stuck in there. Tough break for the Brazilian driver as he falls back to the 8th place spot. Remix goes into the pits as well. And I see Hurricane, so we got some drivers putting some new tires on the car. Some people think this game, that does make a difference, and I am a believer in that. So I do agree that that is a good call right now, because the rest of this race will be rain from here on out. And could that be a difference factor for some of the drivers? I don't know, but just a big mistake by Putum, and he falls from 3rd to 8th, now 6th, but he's got a long ways to go. Still plenty of racing to do. Bobberts has closed in the gap on Adler Girl from Inertia Garage. She gets into the grass. They go side by side, and Bobberts takes the outside pass and gets the 3rd place position from her. Bobberts able to take advantage of a small mistake, which led to quite a bit of time taken from Adler Girl as she falls back to the 4th spot. Bobberts gets a little bit loose on that strip right there, but no problem. And now he's got an opportunity to track down the leaders up front. So tough break. Autumn's inside, it has moved to 8th, but so has a couple of drivers behind them as Hurricane and Remix have come out of the pits finally. Got some fresh tires on. Should be good the rest of the race for them. Blade has closed in the gap, I believe, on Ghost. I'm not sure if that's the other way around, but Ghost, not the start he wanted to have, that's for sure, as his teammate Savitar really had struggled early in this race. And right now, we're gonna find out who can make those minimal mistakes. Because Eagle and Horizon are still near one another. Horizon is right there, hasn't lost too much ground from Red Eagle. Sometimes drivers are better followers than a leader. And when you see those different driving lines from other competitors, a lot of times it can help you quite a bit. I know as an individual, oh, but Red Eagle overshoots the corner and Horizon gets the position back. He'll fall to the 10th place spot and lose a ton of time on Horizon. So big mistake by Red Eagle. That gave Horizon the best opportunity to retake that position back, and now all the work that Eagle has done has to be redone. And that's part of the deal. I mean, you can't always expect things to go the way you want them to, but just the slightest mistake here in the wet can really affect your car. Adler back on the move, gonna try to track down Bobberts here. Was doing really good in front, and then the rain came down, and well, that slight mistake she made a lap ago cost her the position. So Bobberts now gonna try to maintain. Bobberts really well known for his rain driving. And we'll see what Adler can do. Trying to pull up the map, trying to find stuff to give here as Blade has passed Ghost back up for the 15th spot. Ghost and Blade doing some battling here, and Blade gets real loose Trying to hang on to it. Blade overshot the corner. Ghost gets into the inside, but wasn't able to capitalize. These two are duking it out right now. As we hop on with Pudim again after a big mistake by the driver. Hop back on with Bobberts here, currently still in front of Adler Girl. Adler hasn't lost a lot of time on Bobberts. But doing a good job maintaining her distance with him. And Adler's starting to lose a little ground now on Bobberts. Bobberts trying to get past lap traffic there on Ronaldo. First timer here at MEA as well. And Bobberts lost a lot because of that. Looks like Adler's gained quite a bit. Look at Adler now trying to make a move now on Bobberts. And that's just what she needed right there. Some lap traffic to get her a little bit of help. And she's right back on him, trying to make something happen. Sean, on the other hand, looks like he's catching up to Barcode. We've seen this before. Like, I don't know what it is, but Sean's underestimating himself as a driver in the rain. He says, I'm not great in the rain, but the last couple times, the last time we were here, he has done the same exact thing. He's been able to track down the leader, and that leader was Barcode in previous series. So could this be a difference maker? The rain conditions for Sean. Sean trying to make something happen here. Sean's really tracking down Barcode right now. And right now, we know that the rain is staying until the end, so this could be a big breaking point right now for RZM Sean. Let's check on race leader ESV Barcode if he has any damage with the car. Looks like everything's okay. Maybe he made a big mistake, I don't know, but right now, Sean's on the move and looking to challenge for the race lead. We'll hop back behind them, look at Bobberts. Bobberts currently still got the pressure from Adler Girl for third and fourth here. Behind them, AMS Delete, he's by himself right now. He had Hurricane with him at the time, putting the pressure on Delete, but when the rain came out, Delete was able to get away. Hurricane took the pit stop, so we're going to see if that helps Hurricane later in this race when Delete decides to finally make that pit stop. Pudim currently runs in the 6th spot. We've been hanging on him, so we know he's pretty much chilling right there, but he's got Diamond Man 2014 right behind him in the 7th place spot, and Diamond Man putting pressure on Pudim now. This is a battle for 6th place spot. Let's hang here tight, see what happens. Okay, man, sounds great. We'll work on it. And that was Amos Tsunami telling me that he wasn't just able to get it done. He's going to get out. We're going to try to fix it for the next time. So hopefully we can get Tsunami back here with us in the future, because I would love to have a co-commentator. You have no idea how great it is to have a good co-commentator. As Diamond Man 2014 goes into the pits. Going to make that stop here now. Autumn right behind them. She's coming around the bend. And then going to take that position away from Diamond Man, and she's been doing a good job, hasn't made many big mistakes, hasn't had to fight a whole lot. She had a little battle with, I believe, Diamond Man early in this race, but they were able to get away from her. Here comes SSR Red Eagle now. He makes his pit stop. FSM Gray is coming in right behind him as well. There's Hurricane. Hey, he's going to go on by both of them and get some of those spots back. Then Remix as well. Remix also made that pit stop with Hurricane, so he's going to get a couple of those positions as well. TNR Horizon already, I believe, made a pit stop. Yep, he had made a pit stop prior to. That's probably why we saw Red Eagle make the pit stop to try to counter Horizon's move here, but Horizon was able to get by after a slight mistake by Red Eagle. Eagle still has a lot of ground to make up, but Horizon trying to keep himself in front of those two drivers that are competing with one another. RZX JJ Red's currently running in the 14th spot right now. Was in some battles early in this race, but now sees himself alone. SMX Savitar, I don't know if he can make it to the end, but I know he's going to try. He had to make that early pit stop. Not sure if he got into any problems. His teammate, SMX Ghost Eye, was able to duke it out with this man right here, JRFE Blade, for the 15th spot at the time that they were battling. Blade had made a pit stop and back out in the 18th spot. Behind him, first-timer Ronaldo Pina currently running in the 18th position. He's got company though. The race, the leaders here, he's going to try to get away and gets right into Horizon. And Horizon off the racetrack. Big mistake there by Ronaldo trying to avoid traffic. Did not see Horizon coming, and Horizon paid the ultimate price. And there's Horizon right there. He's going to get going again. I'm not sure if he took any damage from the impact, but definitely an issue there. VNT Rosenquist, they are out of the race, has DNF'd from the show. So let's sit on here and let's see Horizon get by. Ronaldo's trying to give him a lane. I don't know exactly what lane he's trying to give him, but it doesn't look like a good passing zone right now. We'll hang on here and see what's going on. And there he goes. He lets him on by, a better place to get it done. Very unfortunate circumstances for Horizon. And Horizon not only got affected by it, but he's lost 2 positions from Red Eagle and FSM Gray because of it. And actually, he must have made a mistake before that because they were in front of him, so he lost ground from these 2 drivers. Tough break. As we hop back on, let's get on with Sean. He's the one that's trailing behind ESV Barcode right now. He's been doing a good job. Sean is closing in the gap. You RZM fans out there, if you're looking at Sean, he's got a good opportunity here today to steal the first race of the series. But he's got to beat one of the best right now, and that's ESV Barcode. And Barcode, we know how good he is, but right now Sean has shown a lot of strengths in the rain in the last few series, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see what he can do here as we got about 14 laps to go. Bobberts, on the other hand, still in front of Adler Girl. Adler lost a little bit more ground to him, but she is doing everything she can right now. She's doing a really good job, currently running in the top 5. AMS Delete, I feel like he's having a boring race. He's just chilling there. And we hop back on with Sean. It looks like Sean might be just do the same strategy here as Barcode, and that would make sense. They're still working on each other. Looks like the heavy rain is going to lighten up here possibly soon. Still heavy. You know that the forecast is going to dim down a little bit, so it'll turn into a lighter rain here soon. And Sean is catching. to answer that question. Sean is on the move right now, looking to battle for the race lead over ESV Barcode, who's led every single lap up to this point in the race right now. Sean has gained a lot of ground since he was able to get away from Pudim. And for those Raxa fans out there, Pudim had a big accident once the storm edit came out. He went right into the tire wall into the final chicane, overshot the corner, had no damage, but fell as far back as 8th place, has fought his way back up through the field a little bit now, but trying to rebound after just such a big mistake, and it really did affect him. I mean, he's not even in the top 5. He's trying to fight his way back in, currently running in the 6th position. Still plenty of time, but the laps are starting to dwindle down, and Barcode now getting some pressure from RZM. Sean's looking for a battle for the race lead until they go over the start line. And Sean gonna have to go to the outside here. Barcode hugs the inside line, going side by side in the 1. Still side by side off the edge. Sean goes to the inside. Door slams each other right there just a little bit. Sean not gonna give an inch to Barcode. Still side by side going in the 2 and 3. Sean trying to make something happen. It's not gonna get the job done. Barcode's able to prevail. And Barcode is showing weakness here in the rain. Not sure if it's the setup of the car or not, but he is under fire right now. Sean has found something here late in this race, or a little bit over the halfway point, I should say, but Sean has found his groove, and he's gonna have to make the pass soon, because he's on fire right now. Barcode trying to defend him, trying to keep him behind. Oh, but they both hit! Overshooting the corner or over braking, I'm not sure, but both of them connect. Barcode and Sean get into it. No damage. Sean back to work now, all over the back bumper of Barcode now as they head around the corner. As they head to the chicane now, Sean putting the pressure on. And Sean's got a good run. He got a real good run through there. He's gonna get to his inside. Can he get there? Ah, he just missed out on it. Barcode shuts the door on him right there. Good battle here for the race lead. It's Barcode and Sean back at it again. ESV, RZM, they've been duking it out all season long. Sean and Barcode have literally seen probably the last 3 out of 4 events with one another here at MEA, and I tell you what, Sean's really gotten a lot better from these races and battles with Barcode. I think it's making him faster as a driver. We know how fast Barcode is, but right now Sean, who said months ago, I'm not a good rain racer, I don't think it's my strong suit, has time and time again proved himself wrong, and is showing that he is a very good driver in these conditions. Now all he has to do is get the job done and trying to get that race lead. This was the area last time they got into it. Sean really knows how to break through that section. I think this whole section right here, Sean has been braking so much better than Barcode, at least his last 2 laps. Look how deep Sean can get in there. I mean, Sean has it down right now. They just got to figure it out. They're getting up to lap traffic, however. Will the lap traffic play a factor here? It might. It just might. Pudim finally has made his pit stop and drops him back 9th in front of Autumn, who's currently still sitting in the 10th position here. Sean still putting in that work right now. If you're tuning in or just tuning in or been a part since the start of this race, you're watching round number 1 of the MEA RSR Cup here at Nurburgring as the rain downpour has begun. Lap traffic getting to be a factor here. Ronaldo in front of Barcode. This could play to Sean's favor. Look at Sean. Look at Barcode. It's the inside of Ronaldo. Ronaldo on the outside, gonna let the leaders on by. That was a great area for Sean to have an opportunity to close that gap again. Get right on the back bumper of Barcode. Ronaldo did a really good job. Ronaldo was in an earlier incident with TNR Horizon, who was trying to get around him, but they got together, which put Horizon into the grass, kind of the sand pit. And look at the pressure now. Barcode playing that defense right now. Ten laps to go, and we got ourselves a fight here for the first spot. A little bit calmer that time through that section. Come back to this battle for the race lead. Let's check on the field. Right now, Bobberts has made a pit stop, same with Adler Girl. They're still running 4th and 5th. Delete hasn't yet gone into the pits, still running all alone. And oh, we got a battle here for the 9th and 10th place spot. Autumn's putting pressure on Pudim right now. Both of them first timers here at MEA. Autumn trying to put down the 3rd fast qualifier. Another position down, as she's still been running in the 10th spot all race long. Has an opportunity here. I believe she's made her pit stop. She has. So this is an opportunity to gain a position against Pudim, and Pudim has shown that he is really struggling in the wet. He gets real loose off the edge right there. And it all started back early on, about lap 8 or 9, I do believe, when the rain first came down. And as the field finally got through that first couple of laps, we saw Pudim into the tire wall, and ever since, it's just been a backwards race for him. And Autumn hasn't seen a lot of action. She's been involved through some of it up to this point, but for most part of her race, very by herself right now, putting that pressure on. The rain is starting to lighten up here at the late stages, so some late rainfall about to be taking effect here might help out Pudim just a little bit. Still in your 1st and 2nd spot is ESV Barcode over RZM Sean. We'll get back to that race here. Pudim's now caught up. Is that? Yeah, that is. That's Remix, who has also had earlier problems, but it wasn't due to the rain conditions. Something happened earlier in the race. Light rainfall now here at Nurburgring. This will remain the rest of the way for the race. Sean still trails behind. Delete in the pits now. Raxa made another mistake, and look who it is. It's Autumn that capitalizes on the position. She'll take over the 9th place spot. Pudim falls back to 10th. Autumn now inside the top 10. And Pudim is just going backwards. Not sure what's going on. He's got 2% engine damage, but it just hasn't been a good race for the driver up to this point. Hopefully, oh, it overshoots the corner again, locking up the tires. And he's just struggling out there right now. Hurricane's finally past Delete. Delete's falling back. Hurricane's way in front of Delete, but not in front of anyone else. Adler Girl still sitting behind Bobberts, who's gotten quite a bit of ways from her. Hop back onto the race lead, and Sean trying to track down Barcode here as they get into the last 9 laps of this one. And oh, Sean looks like he just got a little too far wide right there. So some pretty interesting turn of events. Will these lighter conditions help Barcode now, or will it remain the same for Sean, who's just been really sensational throughout this race, trying to make something happen? Eight laps remain in this one. Barcode still your race leader. Looks like Horizon never was able to rebound from the recent incident, as he still sits in the 12th spot, or 14th spot, I do apologize. 13th, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm messing that up. Still looking to track down these two in front, but long ways to go. Autumn under some pressure, again from Pudim. Pudim looking to try to get that position back from Autumn now. Pudim gets really wide into the final corner there. Autumn able to hang on to the 9th spot. Pudim looking to put pressure on him. So Autumn now Pudim's putting pressure on Autumn right now. Ghost just went off the racetrack to avoid the lead lap cars. Autumn gets loose around the edge. Pudim goes to the inside now, not able to get the job done right there. Can he get his nose to the inside? Not able to get the job done. Now Autumn able to hang on to the 9th place spot. 10th running. Pudim still working her, but just not able to get around her up to this point. Let's check on to the race leader again of ESV Barcode and Sean. It looks like Sean has taken over the race lead. I'm sorry we missed it. Sean's your new race leader, able to get by ESV Barcode. A big change of events here at the front of the race. And Barcode, who's led every lap up to this point, now has to be on the offensive end. Sean hugs the inside line now, tries to play defense against Barcode. Barcode tries to do the undercut, not able to get the run off the first corner. So Sean now has an opportunity to upset today's race. Some people say it's not an upset, but there's a lot of people that were doubting Sean coming into this if he could keep up with Barcode. Barcode, who's just been struggling as the rainfall began, now trying to find a way back around Sean for the race lead. And I wish we were sitting on that. We had a couple of different battles on the racetrack, but the one that I know probably the majority of you probably wanted to see happen. Sean wasn't there at the time, so something had to have happened where Barcode made a mistake and they were able to close that gap with one another. Sean taking the advantage, or however it went down. Now your race leader, 7 laps to go. Can he lead this thing and can he get away from Barcode? Sean gets a little loose there, but it looks like he's starting to put a little bit of a gap on Barcode. Pudim has finally gotten past Autumn for the 9th spot. They're still within 50 feet of one another, so Autumn still has an opportunity to battle for that position. She's been in the top 10, sitting 10th the majority of this race, trying to be inside the top 10. And Sean playing defense, and my dog just literally hit that button on my controller. But Barcode trying to put the pressure on. Yeah, we're a little rusty. We had a long off season up to this point. And Sean having to be on the defensive end right here, right now. Barcode able to hang in tight. Sean getting a little bit of that gap again on Barcode. This is getting good. Sean's holding his own right now, and that's as much as you can ask of the driver right now if you're RZM as an organization. sure if any of his friends or colleagues are watching on, but he's now putting a gap on the ESV Barco. Barco's starting to lose ground. It's a matter of who can be most consistent. What's going on here? Sean's going into pit road. Tire wear has taken over. Sean in pit road, and whoa! I don't think, yeah, they have not pitted yet. That is right. So Sean's making his pit stop. The driver has not pitted yet, so that is correct. Barcode still has to pit as well. So Barcode stays out on the track. Can that be a difference between he and Sean once they get back to one another the following, probably the next lap here? Putin finally getting away from Autumn, and Autumn has done a really good job today, has stayed out of all the problems, and has done a really good job battling with the other driver. And look at Putin overshooting the corner again. This is some of the problems he's had today, and this is why he's just been struggling all race long. Really great qualifying, ran really, really good early on, but as soon as the rain came, just everything went south for him. Hopefully he can get that cleaned up, because I believe there's a couple more races in these type of conditions as the season goes on. RZM Sean, however, back on the racetrack, and we're going to find out if Sean can retake the lead, or did Barcode do enough here on this lap? Possibly another lap. We'll see. I think everybody's pretty spread out up to this point, so other than Autumn still behind Putin. This is where we'll stay. So we're going to stay on Barcode for now. He's going to probably make a pit stop this time. I don't think we're going to see him go out another lap. Tires are getting closer to that 70% mark. He might got a few more laps in the car, but he has to take that pit stop. That is mandatory in this series. We'll see what happens here. So there he goes. Barcode enters pit road at this time. Was it enough for him to retake the lead? I don't see it. We'll find out here in a minute. Sean now getting through here, heading into the final turn. And here we go. We're gonna find out. Sean's coming around. And Sean's gonna retake the lead right back. And good job by RZM Sean, and then some, because he has put the gap between him and Barcode. And now Barcode's gonna have to really fight to get back up there and battle with RZM Sean. Now Sean, all he has to do is run a consistent race from here on out, as Barcode is going to have to put down some of the best laps of his life here, as they got 4 laps to go. Sean's been super consistent up to this point. Both of the drivers have, honestly. But Sean's really prevailed real well through the wet conditions, and he's shown that in the past. So I think when we get to talk to him later, if it remains the way it is now, a lot can still happen. We don't want to jinx nobody, but we're going to have a word with him on why he thinks he's really bad in the rain, because he's done really good the last few different series that we've seen him in these types of conditions. Let's go through the field while we have a chance right now, as third place driver ESV, I said Barcode again, ESV Bobberts currently runs third. He had a great battle with this nice lady, as Adler Girl, she was really strong early on. She made one little mistake that cost her dearly earlier in this race when the rain started to fall. She still runs in the 4th position. Hurricane, he's still on the move and might have an opportunity for another spot. So we're going to find out if Hurricane is going to be able to get to her to battle for that position. We get on the view of him here in the 3rd person. He's closing that gap, so might be able to get the job done, might not. We'll find out. AMS Delete has pretty much done this the whole race by myself. 9-man 2014 currently runs in the 7th spot. He's currently passing lap down car Ronaldo, as Remix is in the 8th spot. Racks up Pudim, still in front of Autumn, but can he limit the mistakes with only a few laps to go? And Autumn got a nice run through there. Pudim didn't really get the run he probably wanted. Autumn putting a lot of pressure on him. I mean, but they've been going back and forth quite a bit. So once we have Autumn there, let's go back further. SSR Red Eagle had some ups and downs today, but currently running right outside the top 10 in that 11th spot. FSM Gray, we've seen him quite a bit as well today. He was doing some battling, and I believe this is his 2nd appearance in a series at MEA, so it's good to see him back. SMX Savitar took an earlier pit stop. It's starting to show, but I think he'll be okay to make it to the end. TNR Horizon lost another position and sent him back to 14th. He was battling up there for 11th and 12th early in the race with Red Eagle and FSM Gray, but just hasn't rebounded since the incident with him and Ronaldo. And if you weren't here for it, Ronaldo and he had gotten into it when Ronaldo was trying to let drivers by the lead lap cars, and Horizon just happened to be the unfortunate suspect that got connected with him into a turn, sent him into the grass, the sand. Here we got RZX JJ Reds. He was into some battles today, currently running in the 15th spot. JRFE Blade has had up and down race today. He was doing pretty good early on, but it's fallen back since then. SMX Ghost currently running in the 17th spot. And then Ronaldo, the last car on the track, currently running 18th. And Rosenquist not able to finish the race here today. Hop on with Autumn real quick, and Autumn trying to make a move on Pudim, side by side into the corner now. She gets to the rear bumper of Pudim. Pudim able to hold the line and stay in front of Autumn now. And this is what we've been talking about, the inconsistency right now. It's just not been in the favor of Pudim up to this point. Autumn putting a lot of pressure on him. This is where he struggled quite a bit today. Can he make it work? Pudim goes in, able to, all right, Pudim got it that time. Good run by Pudim. Autumn got even a better run, still on the bumper of the RAXA driver. I think it's Raxa. If I'm saying it wrong, someone can correct me. But these two have been duking it out for quite a bit of this race. 2 laps to go. Hop on with race leader RZM Sean, still in front. Barcode hasn't answered since losing the race lead. Sean trying to take the opening round of the RSR Cup in the first season ever. You talk about one of the best drives, and we've seen many of them, but this was a heck of a drive. Sean started out battling with Pudim early in the dry conditions as Barcode was starting to distance himself away from the field. As the weather changed, the rain started to drop. Sean was able to close the gap slowly and surely into an area where he was finally able to battle for the lead, takes it over, and he's been gone, and he is checking out. Sean going for that first win on the series. It could be a very big one and a critical one to have that momentum going into the rest of the season. Still 2 laps remain, still has to get the job done. Lap traffic in front of Sean at this time. Will it be a factor? I doubt it. But you never know. We'll hop back on the 9th and 10th battle because Autumn's still putting pressure on Pudim. Pudim, who started in 3rd, has fallen back as far as 10th in this race. And Pudim overshoots the corner again, side by side off the edge. Autumn to the outside. And Putum able to shut the door on Autumn here. And wow, Autumn with another great opportunity to try to take over that 9th place spot from Putum, but Putum doing a great job on the defensive end. Even with the minor mistakes he's having, he's still able to maintain his spot. And Autumn didn't get the best exit right there. And Autumn now having to try to track him down again. She's done a pretty good job just trying to get by has been the hard part. Sean now getting up there as we get to 1 lap to go. And who was expecting this? RZM Sean with a very big gap over ESV Barcode, white flag in the air, final lap of the race. All he's got to do is run it smooth, and he'll take over the race win for the first round. Barcode still runs in that 2nd place spot, but further back, once again, we're still going to hop on with Putum because right now, he's still trying to stay away from Autumn. Autumn made him under a mistake right there. It looks like she got loose off the edge, losing more ground to Putum. But the one area that's been struggling for him all race long is this chicane. Post-race interviews coming up next after the race. Stay tuned with us as we'll get to talk to the top 5 and get their thoughts onto today's race. I think Adler might be under fire. Let's hop on with her real quick. No, she's not. I thought Hurricane was closing the gap, but it looks like that's not the case as we hop on with Sean. Sean, who was actually the previous, or the recent champion inside MEA, won the GT Championship Series earlier, not long ago, a couple months ago. And, you know, we normally see Sean race like once a season. I believe this is his 3rd championship run at something. What a great way to start his season now. Beating one of the very best in Forza currently. And Sean coming through it for the final time as he gets around JJ Reds. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, round 1 about to be in the books as it was RZM Sean who fought back to take the race lead and win at Nurburgring in the MEA RSR Cup for round number 1. Barcode will bring home 2nd. 3rd is going to be ESV Bobbers, who hits the sand just a little bit right there. 4th will be Adler Girl IG. Great run by her today. One mistake cost her 1 position, but she'll remain inside the top 5. Hurricane, on the other hand, had a tough start, but he brings it back and will finish 5th. Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, stay tuned for the post-race interviews coming up next here at MEA as we see the rest of the field coming across the start line. That's AMS Delete. He had a very dull race. I don't think he would say anything different about that. Diamond 2014 able to bring that home 7th. Remix struggled early on, got the car back together. He'll finish 8th. Putum, is he still battling? No, he is not. Putum will finish 9th. Autumn, for her first time, will finish in the top 10 as she brings it home 10th. FSM Gray, I do believe it's FSM Gray, duking it out right now for the 11th spot with SSR Red Eagles. They hit it to the final section here of the racetrack. And it also looks like they might have company from SMX Savitar in the 13th spot. And the Eagles trying to make a move, just couldn't do it. Gray throws the block. And Savitar almost Ghost was able to have an opportunity there with Red Eagle's not done yet. He goes to the outside. He's going to try to make a move. Oh, he gets to the bumper, just not able to get it done. FSM Gray's going to bring it home 11th. 12th lead SSR Red Eagle, and 13th will be SMX Savitar. Behind them, it's TNR Horizon, who is not far from that battle. Just to think, if they would have had some sort of slip-up, he would have had an opportunity right there. RZX JJ Reds had some fun early on, but then became just kind of like the lead. A boring race for him. He was all by himself. But he'll bring that car home 15th. JRFE Blade behind him in the 16th spot. I believe he's on his last lap. SMX Ghost I as well. Ronaldo, the 18th spot. But this is the man who won the race here today. Just stay tuned with us. Post-race interviews coming up next here at MEA. All right, so we're going to get the drivers in here as they wrap it up. And let's get... Let's see here. We'll get Barco, we'll get Bobberts. I don't know if Hurricane speaks English. I would assume he does. And then let's get... well, we can't forget Sean, huh? Wouldn't that be silly of me? I know Adler can't talk, so we'll just have to play it by ear. But that is the race today. Gosh, what an exciting race. Sean never got his only clean lap is a 2:03. Oh, rainy conditions. I get it now. So we got Sean. Well, of course we get Sean. And then we got Barcode. So just stay tuned, everybody. We're going to get everybody in here. We're going to have a post-race interview with them. I don't know if Hurricane speaks English, though. We'll see. That's okay. So we'll see if he can. We'll see if Hurricane will answer those questions for me. And we'll go from there. Sean just got booted out. All right, so we have 3 people to talk to. I sent Adler Girl her info, so we'll see if Adler can get back to us in time. And then also we have Tsunami wants to try something, so we'll see if we'll get him in here, but we'll try. We'll see here. All right, do you guys have your audio checked off so that everyone can hear you?
When you're talking to us, yes.
All right, great. Good to know. All right, so real quick, before we get to the interview, because I'm going to give Adler a little bit more time, same with Hurricane, see if they can get some words in for us. Go ahead, Tsunami, you want to try it? All right. Go ahead and take a test while we're waiting. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Sound like we're gonna have to continue to try to figure it out. But that's that's okay. All right. Well, we tried, Tsunami. But for anyone that's watching, we're going to try to get Tsunami back in the broadcast booth for the weeks to come when he can, and hopefully we can get him in here as a co-commentator. So appreciate the try today, Tsunami. I really appreciate you wanting to do it. So we'll hopefully get him, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get to the interviews anyways while we are waiting here. And I don't know if Hurricane's going to really respond or not, but I'll send it to him on this. But all right, there's your results right there, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen, as I'm still trying to get this wonderful thing to work. There, that's fine. All right, so we have Hurricane Adler Girl, who we're gonna wait for give them a little bit of time and see if they will respond to some of the interview questions I sent them. But on top of that, let's get to ESV Bobbert's third overall today. Once again, just make sure your audio is checked off. Bobbert's, talk about this race today. The conditions were very dramatic. Went from very dry to extreme just downpour midway of that race almost. You were battling with Adler Girl, and you and her were actually duking it out for a while. She was able to put a gap on you. Once the rain started to come down, it started to seem to play in your favor. And in the past, we've talked, you like these types of conditions. She made a little mistake, and then ever since you were able to kind of capitalize and get away from her. Take us through your day.
Yeah, so you pretty much just sort of summed it up. So I tried to see if I could gain a place at the start. We were side by side for the first few corners, but couldn't take advantage, and then it was quite hard to try and overtake. I think I only really had one or two opportunities until the rain came. Then yeah, well, Raxon made a big mistake, clearly outbraking himself going into the chicane, which obviously put me into fourth. And then, as you said, yeah, Adler making that mistake herself, decided to be a very expensive lawnmower, and I again took advantage, going to third, started to pull away, and I was matching both Barco and Sean for quite a lot of time, apart from a few mistakes on my side. But yeah, so I guess you could say that was the minimum that I wanted today, at least, was to get onto the podium. So it's a decent result, decent recovery.
You know, was there any time in that race where when you finally broke away, you were gaining on the leaders, or were you kind of just sitting still in a little part that you weren't losing or gaining?
It wasn't really changing. I mean, there was one lap where I gained a couple of seconds. I think they had a little incident, I think, when Sean may have punted Barcode into the gravel trap. But besides that, I think on average I was either matching or maybe losing a tenth or so every lap. It just depended on who had a better lap than the other. But no, like I said, once I got into the clean air, then yeah, I was fairly happy with my pace, or at least I was after the pit stop. I seemed to be quicker after I made the pit stop. So it was like I said, yeah, decent race, decent result. Hopefully going to Monza next week, I can hopefully improve on that.
Congratulations on a top 3 finish. I know you had to duke it out there with Adler and was able to get away, but not a bad result to start off the season, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And that was ESV Bobberts, ladies and gentlemen, third overall. Let's check to see if Adler had responded yet. She did. So fourth place finisher Adler Girl IG had responded, and her take on to today's race was it was a good race. She said one mistake and you lose several meters. And we just talked about that with Bobberts. She said my absolute highlight to drive in front of Bobberts and behind Bobberts at least for a few laps. So she enjoyed the battle with Bobberts. The guys in the front of me are just crazy in the positive. So obviously she felt that the two up front were just blasting away, and she says it's always an honor to race with her competitors. Happy face. And that was Adler Girl. So had a very good race today, had one little mistake, but overall happy with her result, and it's good to see her back in racing action here at MEA, so congratulations to her. We'll move on to ESV barcode, and barcode once again, as always, just make sure that your audio is checked off for me. So that people can hear your wonderful voice that we all love. Barcode, you dominated this race throughout about 2/3 of it. Early on in the dry conditions, you really put a gap on the field. You had quite a bit of distance on everybody else. Putin was challenging Sean for the second and third place spot, but once the rain came down, it seemed that everything had changed. Sean was able to get away from Putin after a mistake by him into the chicane, but take us through the race. What was the factor that you just weren't, the things that you weren't able to figure out as this race progressed?
I mean, kind of made a mistake on the two national. It must cost me the most. I picked a dry test, I kind of ran away in the dry, but I struggled a lot in the rain. It's just too slidey. I think it would have been able to keep me behind for like the whole race because it's really easy to defend here. But once I cleared the gravel and he got by, it was basically done. There's no chance for me to repass him.
And then at the end, you decided to stay out for one more lap. Was that to try to see if you can gain a little time on him during the pit stop? What was your thought process there? And just what was the issue there at the end? You weren't even able to gain anything. Just take us through what were the toughest moments outside of the battle with him.
I wasn't planning to actually pit when I did. I was actually going to pit the lap he did, but he went in, so I thought I'd stay out of hope. I don't know, gain pit box advantage or him having a bad out lap, but I kind of, towards the end, I started finding the groove in this thing, but it's just, yeah, with this tune I was using, it was just too difficult to consistently match him.
Well, other than a great, I mean, you dominated this race early on, but other than that, you had a great battle with Sean. I know that that's not the result that you were looking for, but second overall, beginning of the season, and you made the first round of the series. That's got to feel at least a little good for you as you head into the weeks to come. But congratulations on a second place finish here today, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
And that was ESV Barcode, ladies and gentlemen. Still haven't heard back from Hurricane just yet, but we'll take a look in a little while to see if he has reached out. We're going to move to the race winner and talk about one heck of a drive, Sean. And Sean, just make sure your audio's checked again, but I got a little bone to pick with you, because every time we go into these rain races, and not so much this week, but previous, you always put yourself down and say, I'm not a good rain racer, it's not my forte. And the last probably 3 races we've seen you run, you've done really, really well, and you've been able to battle with these guys up front. Here today, you were able to track down Barcode and put a gap on him to win this race. And you know, you're battling there with Putin early on. What was the challenge with that battle? I believe it's his first time here at MEA competing. He had major issues throughout the majority of the race, but you guys were duking it out in that dry conditions for quite some time. And you know, oh man, we got stuff, we got problems here.
That
well,
like Xbox
that's
problems,
fine.
then.
It sounds like an Xbox problem.
But
So Sean, to give you a little update, he had his tune set for the heavy rain conditions, ladies and gentlemen. It really played an effect in his hand once it came out, and the pace difference was really there. Wasn't expecting to do well here. Considers himself probably still not a good rain racer, but made the assumption that he was. But Sean, you know, just one more question. So I know now we can't hear you, but we'll translate it the best I can. That first win's got to feel great. I mean, there was a lot of doubters coming in today. I won't lie. I've talked to a couple people before today's race that aren't even competing. They said, if you think Sean has a shot against Barcode, you're asking for 1 in a million, and you were able to get the job done. And as he said right there, he said he could have considered himself as a doubter, and definitely a great result. But I'm sorry I couldn't translate all that the best I can, but I'm dealing with a puppy at the same time attacking me. So, but no, Sean, seriously, congratulations on a good win here today. I know it's going to be a tough series. You guys have been putting on one heck of a show this season, you and Barcode, this year, I should say, as a whole. These last few events you guys have been in, but it seems like you're progressing a lot from it, and it should be a good showing. So good luck to you in the next few weeks here, and we'll see you next week. And that was RZM Sean. I do apologize. It was an Xbox issue. His audio was checked off, but who knows why that is the way it is. Hurricane never got back to me, so oh well, I guess. But Hurricane finished 5th overall today. Had some early problems in this race. Fell back just a little bit. Was able to battle to get back into the top 5. So congratulations to him on his first ever event here at MEA. And thank you all for tuning in. It was a great race today. We had a lot of action on track. Your final results: RZM Sean, the race winner. ESV Barcode second. Third, ESV Bobberts. Fourth, Adler Girl IG. And rounding out your top 5 is Hurricane V4. I'm SSR Mayhem. Thank you for watching round number 1 of the RSR Cup, and we'll see you next week. Good night.